Now at 10 o'clock, new details in a violent overnight shooting on the Gila River Reservation that killed 2 people, including an officer, and injured 4 others, including a second officer. Tonight, the FBI, now part of the team searching for answers in this scene. Since we last saw you tonight on 12 News at 6, we've learned that this scene may have all started with a dance. In just the last few hours, the tribal council for Gila River issuing a new decree banning all dances after serious injuries and deaths occurred during a dance around 2 o'clock this morning. Tonight, 12 News still working to learn more details about how that shooting all started and the conditions of the other folks who were hurt. The officer killed has now been identified as 22-year-old Joshua Breeze, a rookie officer with the department. Tonight, 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham joining us live. Jade has been following the story for us all day long. Jade, what's the very latest?
Good evening, Jonathan. Yes, tonight the Gila River Police Department is asking anyone with any information about what happened this morning to reach out to investigators. At this time, we believe that 4 people are still in the hospital. That includes a Gila River police officer who is in serious but stable condition and is recovering at this time. Unfortunately, his colleague, Officer Joshua Breeze, did not survive. We continue to ask the Gila River Police Department questions, but with this case still under investigation, they are not releasing much. They do say this happened around 2 a.m. That's when officers were sent to a Santan home because of a disturbance of some sort. They say when officers arrived, there was a large crowd and multiple shots were fired. When we went to the scene this afternoon, we saw investigators there walking around. Video from the 12 News chopper shows evidence markers on the property, cars with broken glass, and cups and bottles on the ground. In addition to the 2 officers shot, 4 others were also shot. One of those people also died. Nobody has so far been identified. We have asked the Gila River Police Department about how the other 3 are doing, but haven't gotten a response. Now, we've learned the officer who died, Joshua Breeze, was a second-generation law enforcement officer originally from Billings, Montana. His father, David, was a Yellowstone County Sheriff's deputy who also died in the line of duty in 2006 when his patrol vehicle crashed while responding to help another officer. Joshua was 6 years old when that happened, but grew up knowing he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps. Our sister station in Billings, Montana, KULR, spoke with Joshua while he was in high school about his father and why being in law enforcement was so important to him.
You know, he was goofy. I remember him coming home in his uniform and putting his big bill hat around my head. And it motivates me because I could have gone down, a different path. I could have been completely different than what I am now. And I think that he would think that I did a good job.
We reached out to some of Joshua's friends. We also tried reaching out to his step-grandmother, but unfortunately we were not able to connect. But Jonathan, it is very apparent that Joshua's death is impacting law enforcement agencies all across the nation. Reporting live, Jay Cunningham, 12 News.
Jade, thank you. As many folks are offering their condolences and sympathies to Officer Breeze, along with the other officer injured tonight, I did get a chance to talk on the phone with some family members who say they are still seeking answers and information about loved ones who were shot at that dance. The Gila River tribe not providing too many answers about exactly what happened overnight, but today, Tribal Governor Stephen Rowe Lewis issuing this statement saying in part that, quote, "Nothing cuts deeper than a life cut short, and we will pray for our officers and their families and for every community member, every loved one, and every family impacted by what happened this morning." Stay with 12 News for complete up-to-the-minute coverage on this shooting. You can get updates on air, online at 12news.com, and on the go with the 12 News app. Now to wildfire coverage this Saturday night. The